What's up guys, my name's Brandon, and in addition to announcing the new iPhone SE this morning, Apple also pushed out the second developer beta of iOS 13.4.5. Now I'm still unsure as to why the public beta testers have not received a beta yet. They still don't have a 13.4.5 public beta 1 yet, so not sure when that's going to be released. It could be released tomorrow, but who knows at this stage. I will update the description if it does end up getting released, so be sure to check that out. But as for the size of this update, you can see here the update was pretty small. It was just under 200 megabytes here on my iPhone 11 Pro. Of course, that size will vary depending on your device and the firmware you're coming from, but it should be around 200 megabytes if you're coming from beta 1. And as usual, we don't get any kind of verbiage here to tell us anything that's new in this update. So let's go ahead and check out the build number, settings, general, about 13.4.5. You can see the build number there is 17F5044D. So that does indicate that D at the end there does indicate that we are still expecting at least one more beta of 13.4.5, which would line up with everything I've expected and I've talked about in previous videos. We're probably not going to see the final version of 13.4.5 for another maybe month or so. So we'll probably end up seeing 13.4.5 in May. And of course, the reason behind that is because we're still on 13.4.1 on the public release cycle. So we need to catch up to 13.4.5 before it can actually get released. But anyways, checking out the modem firmware here, you can see the modem firmware for the iPhone 11 series is unchanged at 1.06.00. So usually when you don't even see a modem firmware update, that usually indicates that the update is going to be very, very minor, and most of the changes are going to be on the back end and nothing that you can visually see. However, there is one thing that I noticed has changed here in 13.4.5 beta 2. So if you guys watched my beta 1 video, you would know that there is a new feature in iOS 13.4.5 that allows you to share a song to your Instagram story. So you just go to those three dots, click on share, and then over here you'll see Instagram, and all of a sudden it will create a story for that specific song. And you can see it shows up just like so on your Instagram story. It looks really clean. You can see there's like a gradient in the background. Looks very polished, really nice. You used to actually have to use a Siri shortcut to do this, and it would crash a lot and it would be very buggy. So Apple finally added this feature in. Now this was not in 13.4.1, which was just released last week to the public. So it looks like this may just be in 13.4.5, at least for the time being. But one of the things I noticed in 13.4.5 beta 1 is that when you shared this on your story, there was no way for anybody to click on it to go to that song. So they would just basically see an image of the song that you are posting on your story, but there'd be no place to actually click on and go to Apple Music to that song. Well, that's been fixed in beta 2. So take a look at the top now underneath where it says your story. It now says play on Apple Music with a little arrow. And if you click on that, you can see it opens this right here where it says open Apple Music, and then it will take you right to that song. So this makes the whole song sharing to Instagram a lot more practical, so people can actually listen to the song that you're recommending, or basically just showing people that you're listening to. I like it. It's a nice change to this feature. Now, as far as the VPN bug / vulnerability, as you guys know, with the VPNs in iOS 13.4, also in 13.4.1, it does not encrypt all of your traffic. So basically, if you're dealing with private or sensitive information, you may not want to use a VPN right now because not everything is actually being protected and encrypted. So beta 2, we're not sure if it's been fixed yet, but we do know that iOS 13.4.1 did not patch it from 13.4, which is rather interesting. And since 13.4.1 did not fix it, that leads me to believe that beta 1 of 13.4.5 also did not fix it. But as for beta 2, we don't know just yet. I will keep you guys updated. I'll probably update the description for that as well if I find out anything on the VPN bug. But as for now, I would probably hold off on using your VPNs, at least on your iPhone. I would probably just use your VPN on the computer or something that doesn't have this bug / vulnerability. Now, of course, in beta 1, we did get the fix for haptic pressing and going to Bluetooth, so it does not crash anymore when you do that from the home screen. However, a lot of people did have issues with Bluetooth in general, so mainly with AirPods. So I have my AirPods Pro here. A lot of people reported that with their AirPods Pro that they had random disconnects on iOS 13.4.5 beta 1, even on 13.4.1, the public release as well. So I'm gonna need you guys to try out 13.4.5 beta 2 with your AirPods and let me know if you're still getting random disconnects, because I have personally not even had this at all on any version of iOS 13.4. So not sure what's going on with a lot of people's AirPods and this latest firmware, but it's a lot of people. So I don't think it's just, a user error on somebody else's part. There are tons of people reporting this. So I'll let you guys know if this has been fixed as well. I will probably update the description for that as well, or just let you guys know next week an update to the Bluetooth connectivity issues. There's also been people reporting issues with the mail application, basically with notifications where it would show you have a new email, but when you open it up, you wouldn't see the new email. You would have to pull down to refresh before you actually saw the new email. And I had this on 13.4, but 13.4.1 fixed it for me. But some people are reporting it with 13.4.5 here as well. So the bug in mail may or may not be fixed. I will let you guys know as I continue using this. But as of right now, it does not seem to be an issue for me. Now, when it comes to performance, I did run a Geekbench test here and I compared it to beta 1. And to my surprise, iOS 13.4.5 beta 2 actually scored higher in both single core and multi-core scores. So you can see here on March 31st, that was beta 1. I got a 1329 single core and a 3244 multi-core. And then today on beta 2, I got a 1334 and then a 3452. So pretty nice increase there in performance as far as the Geekbench test shows. Of course, that doesn't always tell you everything, so it may not be quite as fast as beta 1. It may not be, a noticeable improvement or anything like that. So you'll have to play around with it and see if you notice a difference in performance. To me so far, like always, going from beta to beta, you really don't notice a big jump in performance. So to me, it feels about the same, but Geekbench is saying that there is a slight improvement in performance. But as far as battery life goes, battery life is most likely going to be the exact same as beta 1, especially with just a 200 megabyte update and really nothing mentioned about battery at all. I would not expect any kind of improvement to battery life whatsoever here in beta 2. But me personally, I've not had battery drain issues or any kind of bug with battery on any of my devices. So if that's you though, you could see a fix here with beta 2. And as far as cell connectivity goes, I've not really seen many reports of cell connectivity issues or dropping calls or anything like that. But if you did have an issue with that in beta 1, it's most likely not going to be fixed here in beta 2, at least for the iPhone 11 series, just because that modem firmware has not changed. So I would not update expecting a fix for that. You'll probably need to wait for the final release, or maybe 13.4.2 or 0.3 or 0.4. So that's pretty much it for iOS 13.4.5 beta 2. Really nothing changed except for the improvements to the Apple Music to Instagram Stories feature. We can now click on a link to actually go to Apple Music, whereas in beta 1, we could not do that. So even though it was a minor update, I would recommend updating from beta 1 to beta 2 if you are on the developer beta program. If you're not on the developer beta program, I probably would not jump ship and just, upgrade just for these minor fixes. I would stay on the public release cycle right now, especially since we're going to be getting a lot of updates throughout the next month. And that leads me into next week. So next week is going to be the week of 420. April 20th is going to be the Monday. So that week we could see a few things. So number one, we could see 13.4.2. I think that's pretty likely since the iPhone SE 2 is going to be released on that Friday, the 24th. So we could see iOS 13.4.2 as early as next week. We could also see beta 3, although I would expect that to be on the week of the 27th. But if we do get iOS 13.4.2 next week, it could really land on any day of the week except for Friday. So it could really be any day, Monday through Thursday. And of course, if you guys missed my video on the iPhone SE 2, it will be linked up in the cards. But again, it is being released on the 24th. Now we also have the Apple Smart Keyboard on order now. So you can order it now on Apple and it will also arrive next week. So it is pretty pricey, but if you do have an iPad Pro and you need a really great keyboard with a trackpad, you should definitely go ahead and look into that. I already ordered mine. I will be doing videos on it here on the channel, so definitely stay tuned to that. And you guys already know I'm going to be getting the iPhone SE 2/iPhone SE 2020. I will definitely be covering it here on the channel. I'll be doing speed tests, battery tests, all kind of things. So definitely stay tuned to that. And of course, I will have more iOS update videos coming throughout the next few weeks as well. So lots of fun content coming up. And of course, we are getting closer and closer to WWDC, which is going to be a virtual event this year. And that of course means iOS 14. So we could see iOS 14 as early as June 1st. So we're really just like, a little over a month away from seeing iOS 14 beta 1. Time is flying. Obviously, everything going on right now, it's slowed down a little bit, but still, we're very close to seeing iOS 14 beta 1. So anyways, I'm rambling now. There's a lot of stuff coming up that I'm really excited about, and I hope you guys are as well. But if you guys enjoyed this video or just enjoyed hearing my voice and bringing you guys content while you're quarantining, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe so you don't miss all that exciting content coming very, very soon. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.